Welcome to Transmissions, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers. On this episode, something called Project T-Spark is getting off the ground, the MPG line continues to release repaints, and want to talk some Ruckus? Today is Wednesday, July 10th, 2024, and this is episode 598 of Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that's preparing for TFCon Toronto by doing as little as possible. I'm your host, Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Scott, the illustrious Dr. Pants.
I will be packing 6 hours before I leave.
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
You pack? Noob.
It's a different country for me.
Let's talk Transformers.
All right. As always, we start the show by thanking our Donatreons, those lovely people who support us on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you all so much for continuing to support the show and contribute. It really helps us keep the show going, and we really appreciate it. If you are not a Donatron and would like to become one, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support, and that is where you can sign up. You get lots of perks. Of course, you get access to bonus content, lots of good stuff. You get automatically entered into all our contests, and you get to watch the show live if you want to do it on when we record every Sunday. So lots of good stuff. Speaking of bonus show, we've got our show We Like Big Bots that is available only to Donatreons. That's done by these guys down here, Daryl and Dr. Pants. They have a somewhat sporadic schedule of recording for We Like Big Bots.
The word schedule. I don't think we know what that means.
But we have a couple of new episodes coming out. Episode 13, Ultra Magnus, is already out. That's been out for a little while. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out, you can. And then another one is coming soon. So I think we'll be releasing that maybe after TFCon. So stay tuned for that. So
I don't remember what it was.
Neither do I.
Well, we'll all be surprised. Then.
It'll be a surprise for us too. Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Oh, yeah.
But what isn't a surprise is our Transformers RPG podcast, Empire of Rust. This is a live play podcast done by our awesome friend Mike, erstwhile editor of the show. He's editing his own show now with Empire of Rust, and he does a great job there. It's very well produced with lots of sound effects. It's like a radio drama there with the RPG podcast he does there with his friends. It's an awesome adventure. They're in season 3. And this week we have the bonus uncut version of episode 119 that is available to Donatrons early. So the regular version will be out next week on July 15th. But if you are a Donatron, you can download the bonus uncut version right now and get the story early. And episode 119 is titled Faster Mountain Worm Kill Kill.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the reference, Dr. Pants?
Yeah, isn't there like a quote from something that's like faster pussycat kill kill kill? It's from something, but I can't remember. But I know it's a reference, and I know the reference. I just can't place it.
All right. Well, someone in the comments will let us know.
Yeah, Mike
It's
knows.
a Fallout reference.
What?
It's a reference to Fallout. No. Is it?
I don't.
I haven't watched Fallout or played the game, so
it's older than that. I think it's older than that.
All right. Anyway, check that out. Continue to listen to Empire of Rust. Of course, we've still got our Transformers #1, our exclusive cover from Skybound. That is available for you to purchase on our website at transmissionspodcast.com/comic. And we will send that out to you. This is the exclusive cover by artist E.J. Sue. And we'll also have a few at TFCon Toronto. So if you are there, we'll have some to give to you or to sell to you, not to give away. So if you want to pick up your copy, you can pick one up at TFCon Toronto. So
we will give it away for money.
I don't think you know what give means there, Dr. Pants.
We will give it to them if they give us money. Is that not how it works? It's like Christmas gifts. You have to give one to get one, right? Never mind.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll have to talk after the show about what the word give means.
By the way, Faster Pussycat Kill Kill is a 1965 movie. That's where it comes from.
Oh, okay.
So
cool. All right. And of course, we've got our Toy Hacks 15% off code. So go to toyhacks.com and the code for July is BBQ Bots. So go to Homer's BBBQ where the extra B is for BYOBB. What's that B for? That's a typo.
A typo.
So yeah, use that for the month of July. The code is BBQ Bots. So you will get 15% off all your purchases at toyhacks.com. You can use that code as many times as you like. And you cannot combine it with any other promo codes, but you can use it with your Robo Points. So enjoy spending that, getting that discount, getting that extra 15% off. We will do a Toy Hacks drawing for the month of July, but Jeremy and I have to be on the show at the same time, and that has not happened for a few weeks. So it's going to be a little while before we get that done. But yeah, I was away, then Jeremy's away, so somehow we'll get together and make it all work out. So
then I'll be away. Oh wait, that doesn't matter. Oh, okay, that's okay.
Apparently, you're not needed, Daryl.
No, I'm not.
You're needed for other things, just not the Toy Hacks drawing.
That's right. You need me to read some topics? That's right, I can do that. Wait, read? No.
All right. Well, speaking of topics, let's get into the toy show and talk about some toys.
And first up this week, we are going to talk about Hot Wheels. We talked about them before and how it looks like a Hot Wheels crossover with Transformers has begun. And we had first talked about it with we saw an Optimus Prime, and then we saw a Bumblebee. Now we've got like a series every now and then. I don't know if you've ever gone through the Hot Wheels aisle, but they'll do like this series of vehicles with a specific card back, and that's what they're doing with the Transformers now. So we've got a series of 5 vehicles that are being done, and they are all Transformers. So not actual Transformers, just the car vehicles. So are being done as like the paint schemes are homaging Transformer vehicles. So the first one is let's see here. We got you're going to follow me on this. So yeah, we got the Bumblebee is the Volkswagen Beetle. And yeah, so it is a custom Volkswagen Beetle, in fact. So it's not the standard Volkswagen Beetle that you can actually still get on the regular Hot Wheels card back. The next one is the Age of Extinction Crosshairs. This is a pretty sweet car. So if you saw the movie and you like the car mode of Crosshairs, it's a Corvette C7.R. Yeah, so you can pick that up. It's a pretty cool looking vehicle. The character was dumb, but the car is cool. So yeah, the next one is the Transformers, the 2007 movie Barricade. And this one is a Ford Mustang GT. And this one was pretty easy because, the Mustang was pretty common for that movie. All right, moving on to the Age of Extinction Drift. And yeah, this is a triple changer, but they're going to use the car alt mode And that was very obviously a Bugatti Veyron. And it looks pretty cool here in its car mode. That's a cool car. I don't care who you are. That's a sweet car. Yeah. W12 engine in that vehicle, if anybody was wondering. Very cool engine in that vehicle. Also $2 million. And then the last one, Age of Extinction Stinger. And this is a Pugani Huraya. I'm probably butchering that last name, but it's a exotic hypercar, and they're cool cars. If I can find this this pack of 5, I'm buying all 5 of them. They just look sweet. So they look cool, and they are on their way out. They're not out yet, but they are standard Hot Wheels size, so 1/64th. And you should be able to get them soon.
All right, next up, we have some color test shots of Fans Hobbies MB21 Armada Tidal Wave. We've known about this for a while. This, of course, being Tidal Wave from Armada, the one who transforms into the giant dark fleet, who then turns into the individual ships. But we've got some test shots here in his animation accurate or more animation accurate colors. We can see the turrets on the chest. There's mini con ports all over this thing. We eventually get some shots of him doing the knelt down pose, which that's impressive for such a big figure being able to pull that off. He will come with 2 mini-con jets, which we see there. And as we go along, we see more images of the vehicle mode. We see the jets there and everything. Eventually, we can see a bunch of jets plugged onto him because of all the mini-con ports around, which is really, really cool. And I think it's the Star Saber jets and then red versions of the Star Saber jets here eventually. So very, very cool. Of course, it will separate into the individual boats that it makes up. And unlike the Titan class Tidal Wave, this one is going to have the gimmicks that the original toy had, like jet launchers on the aircraft mode and movable turrets with the mini-cons, and also the raising up like communication deck on the aircraft. And I believe on the other side there is a shot where you can see that it will lift up, so you might be able to hide a jet in there too. I'm hoping on the big like hovercraft that makes the legs, there will be seats inside there too, which would be really cool. But this also combines with their Megatron they did, which is fantastic, as Tidal Wave should. This is shaping up really, really nice. So if you're a big fan of Fans Hobby and you've got the Megatron and you're an Armada fan, this is the Tidal Wave for you. So it's really, really cool.
Okay, next up, we've got this new figure. This is from Takara Tomy. It's called their Project T-Spark Adamas Machina AMT-01. And this is a Rodimus figure based on the Flame Toys Kuro Karakuri Rodimus action figure, which was itself based on the More Than Meets the Eye design by Alex Milne. So the cool thing about this figure is that it does transform. So it is not just an action figure. It does actually transform. And it is being sold in Japan for 30,800 yen, which is about $191. So that's a bit of a price jump, but this figure looks really, really good. I mean, this is a really cool rendition of Rodimus, and that alt mode looks really, I mean, it's straight out of the comic pages of More Than Meets the Eye. This is a really good rendition of Rodimus as designed by Alex Milne. I know Nick Roche did the original, issue 1 design, but this is really Alex's design here that this figure is based on, and it looks really good. So, $200. It's a bit of a.
It's got die-cast metal in it, and it's big. I think it said it was 23 centimeters, which is like 10 inches.
Yeah.
I think.
But yeah, and comes with all these accessories.
9, okay. He comes with the saw blade because every Rodimus needs a saw blade.
Yeah. But this guy looks great. It looks awesome. It's just, it is a bit of a bit of a price jump there. So
it's a spicy meatball.
Exactly. But yeah, this looks really good, and I'm really surprised Takara Tomy is taking inspiration from the Flame Toys model. Not the model kit, but the action figure line, and then turning it into a Transformers. And yeah, that seems very like that engineering took a lot of work there. So very cool.
Well, I think they finally figured out that, people want IDW Transformers. Because, we got Tarn, and they're re-releasing Tarn again, and, keep making more. Keep making more.
All right, and next up, where you got a first look at a new Optimus Prime vinyl figure from a new company called U-Tunes, or U2s. It's U2s. This is a Canadian company, which, woohoo! Go Canada. Doing something Transformers related. And this is a vinyl collectible figurine that doesn't appear to be posable. It's just like it's kind of like a pop figure, but there's no posability. It's just it is what it is. And yeah, it looks it's a G1 Optimus, and he's holding his Energon axe with a happy expression. I'm looking at this Optimus, and his eyes kind of look happy. I guess that's how you can tell. So he's swinging that axe and murdering bots like it's he's just having a great weekend.
He could be chopping trees down, and he's happy that he's getting some lumber or something. I don't know.
Yes. Well-known fact about Optimus: loves the lumber. But it's cool. It'll be interesting to see what U2s does in the future. They got other stuff coming up, but we've got their first figurine here. We really don't have a price on it. There's nothing more to know about it. There's we really don't have a lot on this other than it's officially licensed. So yeah, look for this where you can get your vinyl figures.
The U2s aren't usually too expensive, so
okay. Yeah. So they're an existing company. Yeah,
they I've seen them. They've done figures for a lot of VTuber characters and a lot of like YouTube animations and whatnot. Like Hell of a Boss has had vinyl figures done by them, things like that.
Okay, how big are these things usually?
Around the size of like a pop vinyl, like around that size.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Right on.
Next up, another ThreeZero MDLX figure. This is Jazz full color. We've seen the Jazz figure before, but this time all painted up, and oh my god, these figures look so nice. The design on them is over the top. The detail is insane. It is the best way I can put it, it's a very anime style figure with the way it's proportioned and whatnot, very anime robot, but Jazz is looking fantastic here. The detail is amazing. He comes with multiple hands. He's got his pistol. He's got his grappling hook, which I know Jazz has come with. Did he use it a lot in the show? I don't remember.
Once.
Okay, thank you. So it's one of those accessories that it happened once, and now every Jazz figure needs a grappling hook. Okay, fantastic.
Even the Origins Jazz comes with a grappling hook.
No, I remember that, and I was just sitting there going, I don't remember Jazz in the show really using a grappling hook much, but okay. With these figures, of course, they're non-transforming. It is very, very highly articulated, 46 points of articulation, die-cast metal frame. It's 6 inches or 15 centimeters tall, and I like what they're doing with these. I think these are all really cool. I'm not really big into non-transforming Transformers, but there's a couple of these for characters that I really like. Jazz is one of them. Like, that Jazz figure is just really cool. I believe these usually run somewhere between like 70 to 100 depending on the figure. So keep your eyes open for pre-orders. They should be open already. So there you go.
Okay, next up, this is a figure that is a 4D puzzle kit of Optimus Prime. And it's a kit you put together. You can order this on Amazon. I don't think it actually lights up. I think that's just marketing. But you can. It comes with all these pieces that are basically. It looks like basically card stock you put together. But it looks really cool, and it's $70 on Amazon. This is by Spin Master. I don't know why they call it 4D puzzle kit.
I was going to say, Charles, you're a doctor. What does it mean to be 4D?
I mean, in physics, they say time is the fourth dimension. So I guess you spend time putting this figure together. So I don't know. Four spatial dimensions we can't really perceive in like our 3-dimensional brains. So yeah, I don't know.
Thank you.
So
thank you.
Whatever. But if we do click the link to Amazon, it is currently out of stock. So
it does have LED lights though.
Oh, it does? Okay. I thought that was just marketing. Oh, cool.
All right.
I guess that's where the money's worth for the $70.
It's also big. It's really
that's
big.
the fourth D.
The LED light is the fourth D.
Oh, no. It takes 4D batteries. That's what it means.
4D for dollar bills, y'all.
Oh, boy. That's pretty bad.
Did I get the reference right?
Yeah, sure, Daryl.
Do I win modern slang?
No, you do
No.
Oh, okay.
If you had said the fourth D is for Skippity or the fourth D is for D's nuts, then you would have gotten modern slang. But dollar bill, y'all, no.
Where modern is 20 years ago. But yeah, so I guess whenever this comes back in stock on Amazon, you can if you're interested in this, you can pick it up for $70. But it looks like you can still order it, so I guess you can still order it, and they'll send it to you whenever it's back in stock. So there you go.
All right. Well, next up we've got the like a multi-pack, or back in my day we called it a gift set. But this is the Devil Savior Troublemaker. This is the Age of Extinction Devastator.
Revenge of the Fallen.
Oh, Revenge of the Fallen. I knew I got it wrong. Revenge of the Fallen Devastator. Yeah. This thing here, I remember we talked about each and every one of these figures when they were coming out through Devil Savior, or from Devil Savior. And these figures look fantastic. It's funny because they were all coming out at the same time as the Studio Series versions were coming out, and Studio Series required 8 figures to build the Devastator. Devil Savior requires 7.
No, it requires 8.
No, it's only 7.
There's 8 on the screen.
Well, it says on the box, it says figures 1 through 7 to complete the set.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 figures up there. I don't know what.
I'm counting 8 as well, Daryl.
I do count 8 as well. So somebody's wrong here. Somebody's wrong. I don't know.
I'm seeing double 8 Constructicons.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, there's 8 figures. Whatever. It comes with a bonus. If you're looking at the screen here, it comes with a special bonus that I don't know what I can't guess what it is. Um,
It's some kind. It's shaped like a pyramid, some kind of pyramidal shape,
triangular cube thing. It's 3-dimensional triangle.
Guys, it's obviously the Geofront from the hit anime Neon Genesis Evangelion. Why else would it be anything? Like,
Of course, you're right. You're right. Yeah. So, anyway, they're bringing this entire set back as a gift set or multi-pack, and they have no information on how much it's going to cost. These figures, each and every one of them, are huge, and they were fairly expensive at the time of being released individually. So I have no idea how they're going to release this thing, in any way, shape, or form less than $1,000. But whatever. It's coming out. It's coming with a build your own pyramid for it to climb. But it's a thing. It's going to exist. So whatever. But I got to say, like, from looking at it from afar when they were releasing them individually, these figures far, far exceed the detail level of the Studio Series ones, and they were good. All those ones were good too, but this one really took the cake on the detail level. So yeah,
it is up for pre-order on TF Source for $700.
Wow,
and
that's a deal.
And also, I would like to mention that TF Source lists it as coming with 8 figures, and then lists each of the 8 figures.
Wild.
So, I don't
know what they're not counting on this.
I don't know either.
Wild. All right, cool. Well, if you're looking for it, then it's $700. So there you go.
All right, let's talk about some repaints. So because there is no just MP line anymore, everything's MPG. MPG 12 from Takara is going to be Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. And this is, of course, just a repaint of MP 44. But it won't come with the trailer. It's Optimus Prime in his purple and neon green and kind of darker bluish legs. He'll come with the Energon axe. He'll come with his rifle. Looks like an alternate head, a matrix, and a blast effect for the rifle. But if you like Shattered Glass, you want MP44, there you go, MPG 12. But that's not the only one. We're doing more Shattered Glass, because then we have MPG 13 Shattered Glass Jetfire. This is, of course, just a repaint of the recent MP Jetfire we got, done in black, purple, and neon green. Very, very cool color scheme. It looks like it's MP Jetfire again. Multiple faces, blast effects, that double blaster, interchangeable insignia plates, and a connector for a flight stand. My only thing is I hate this initial picture here. The face. Something like, is it photoshopped? Is it something looks weird? I kind of hate the face it has on that first image there. Like that one you have up. It's just like him laughing, leaning back, like something about it I don't like. The rest of them look good. The rest of the faces look good. So if you're a Shattered Glass fan, you want a Jetfire, there you go. It's looking to release in March of 2025, and in yen, it converts to about 250 US, which I think is about the cost that Jetfire was to begin with. So there you go.
I'm loving all these Shattered Glass things. I can skip them all, and I have no problem with it at all. They're the easiest skip for me, and I feel nothing about it.
Yeah, I can agree.
Okay, but maybe something you can't skip is a Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. So, of course, Studio Series 86 line is taking characters from the 86 animated movie. They seem to be doing everything. And, of course, I mean, you can't leave out Optimus Prime. You got to have a Prime for all seasons, all lines. So,
but there's so many already.
They will never stop, Scott. They need all your money for every Optimus Prime.
I'm calling it now. They're not getting my money on this one, though.
No? Nope. All right.
Nope. Well, okay, I'm just going to nitpick real quick. He's sitting down at a piano. We get a side view. I swear to God, between the backpack and the side part, there's a gap there. Like there is a hole.
Yeah, I see.
That's gonna and I'm gonna take a shot and say that this thing is basically the backpack's gonna unfold and cover all of it rather than actually transforming, and I don't like that. And that gap, it bothers me. Earthrise Prime is good enough. It's good enough. Stop it.
I have Earthrise Prime. I really like that figure. That's a really nice Prime. Really represents the G1 aesthetic. Has a really cool transformation, really intuitive transformation, everything. And I think it captures everything I wanted in a Prime.
Yeah.
But they got to sell more Primes.
I know they do. I know. They will never stop. It's all Prime. It's all Bumblebee. They'll just keep making more of them. I mean, listen, there's a shelf of Primes behind me. I feel it. But no, I have to stop at some point and say, no, enough is enough.
The line must be drawn here. Oh. Daryl, how about you? Is this Prime going to get you?
Quite possibly.
Got to complete the Studio Series line.
I've been buying them all. Where I can easily say no to Shattered Glass, the Studio Series line is like a Achilles heel for me. It gets me. This is it. I mean, it's very obviously it's like they took the MP44 and just kind of said, okay, well, we can dumb this down and we can take that back a bit and we can kind of ease off on that and we can make this part and this part one piece, and I can kind of, they just kind of dumb the whole figure down a bit, but it looks to be a lot of similar stuff here on the Studio Series one as opposed to the Masterpiece version. I don't really have a problem with the backpack. Prime had a backpack every episode of G1. He stole Sideswipes in like episode 1 and never gave it back. And this is just like, it's just him wearing Sideswipe's backpack. That's it.
And listen, I don't have a problem with the backpack. I have a problem if the whole transformation is the backpack unfolding and covering everything else. And I still have a problem with that gap between the backpack and the side parts. That's my other problem. But sure. I could also be proven wrong, and maybe it's mistransformed, and maybe the transformation's cooler. If I'm proven wrong, then I'll probably buy it. Mm-hmm. But as it is right now, I want to look for reasons not to buy it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's going to be costly. Like, this is going to be a Commander class figure easily, right? Like, it has to come with a trailer. And I mean, if it doesn't come with a trailer, then we're looking at a leader class figure. Worst case, best case, it would be leader class, and it would be it would be the biggest 86 figure that there is. I don't think have we gotten I don't think we've gotten a Jetfire or anything like that because he wasn't in the movie. So yeah, it's probably be
Ultra
the big
Magnus. Ultra Magnus
is the leader class. That's right. Yeah, Ultra Magnus is leader class. You're right.
No, he's commander class.
He's commander class.
Oh, he's commander.
Yes. The Dinobots and Starscream were all leader class.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Dinobots are leader class. Yeah. So okay. Would they go as commander class for him?
Probably.
They'll have to give him a trailer. They'll have to give him a trailer because of the scene of him driving up. They have to.
If Rodimus Prime was a commander class figure, and this, like, they won't give Prime without a trailer because it's in the movie, and the Studio Series line is very much, let's throw everything that was in the movie with these figures. Yeah. So they'll give him the trailer. And I am so sure it's going to be the same trailer that came with like Earthrise Prime, because they've reused that.
I hate that trailer so much.
But they've reused it how many times? I think it came with the Volvo Prime.
Mm-hmm.
It's a terrible trailer, though.
It is.
It's so small. It won't work. If this is a commander class figure, it's not going to work with it. It's going to be too small.
Oh no, it'll be the same size as every other Prime. He's just going to be more complicated.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it looks It looks. I mean, it looks good to me. I'm scared of the price tag on it. So I'm worried in Canadian dollars. I'm worried it's going to be close to $200, which is crazy.
Is that what a commander class figure goes for?
It goes for 150. So
Oof.
you recently it's been 150, but I mean, stuff's been going up and up and up recently. So I wouldn't be surprised if they put it at least 170, 180. So it's just it gets stupid expensive for one of these things. So anyway, I'm fine with it. I'll have to steal a kidney to sell to buy it. And lastly, I guess we'll end on stupid, sexy Cliffjumper.
We're not ending. This is not the last one.
It's not? Oh, well,
No.
I guess we're not ending on it. But it's still stupid, sexy Cliffjumper.
Do you have a problem with stupid, sexy Cliffjumper?
No, I'm just... It's just stupid, sexy Cliffjumper. So, yeah, this is the Kotobokiya Bishoujo Cliffjumper. In hand...
Kotobukiya.
That's what I said.
Bishoujo.
That's what I said. I said that. God.
I'm trying to help.
This is from Anime Expo in Japan. And this is, I mean, it's a remodel of the Bumblebee with some slight differences because of it being Cliffjumper, but it looks good. I mean, this is the entire line. This is the entire purpose of this line is to make stupid, sexy versions of Transformers. So,
Anime Expo was in Los Angeles.
Was it?
Yeah.
This is a very Japanese thing to be doing in Los Angeles.
It's
People here like anime, Daryl. I mean,
there's anime
here.
We have one in
All the
Toronto
time.
too. Yeah, we have an Anime Expo in Toronto too. It's just
Yeah.
I expected them to announce this or launch this in Japan.
They did announce it before this. They're just showing it at Anime Expo.
Stupid, sexy Cliffjumper.
She is adorable.
That's a Simpsons reference for all you young whippersnappers out there who don't know why Daryl keeps calling this figure stupid. He's not actually calling the figure stupid. It's a Simpsons reference. Don't worry.
Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Nothing
Stupid,
at all.
sexy Flanders.
And yet this is somehow still less revealing than Flanders' outfit from that episode. Just want to point that out.
Yeah. Anyway, if this is something you're into, there's a bunch of these figures now for different characters. Look to pick it up. I do, and like these figures have always done a really good job of integrating the aspects of the Transformer into the cosplay or the clothing that the girl is wearing. And I do enjoy how just seeing how they've integrated that, like the little backpack, the little wheel backpack on her back. That's kind of fun just to see how they, that's just neat how they did that. So anywho, this exists. If you're into it, fantastic.
I will say the face kind of goes with Cliffjumper too, and the fact that it's kind of like a tomboyish kind of figure. It feels like it fits for Cliffjumper. So I'm just saying.
Okay.
Speaking for my people, the anime fans.
And for everyone wondering what stupid, sexy Flanders looks like, here he is.
God. Yeah, like that's more fan service than the Bishoujo statues give you. I think we need a palate cleanser.
Now we're the final topic is we got a glimpse of another toy leak. This is a upcoming release. Looks like we're getting some repaints of Bludgeon and Ruckus. So these are Mayhem Attack Squad versions of Bludgeon and Ruckus. Bludgeon looks to be his repaint looks to be I think it looks more like the Stormbringer IDW version with the head sculpt and the wires coming out of his head there, the bottom of his face there, and then Ruckus as a Trigger Con as part of the Mayhem Attack Squad from back in the old Marvel comics, so these are probably going to be like a Generation Selects line or a multi-pack from Target in repaint colors. Or
probably Amazon, because I think the Mayhem Attack Squad are like the opposite to the Wreckers, and I think they're doing the Breakdown and is it Windsweeper? That's another Trigger Con that's coming out under Mayhem Attack Squad.
Yeah, I believe you're right. Yeah, because we talked about the previous ones a few months ago when they first announced them. So yeah, this is continuing that. So yeah, probably an Amazon 2-pack. Yeah. So look forward to that. But yeah, we just have a couple of pictures to leak from that.
I want to point out one thing that was brought to my attention online when this got announced. Apparently, the markings on Ruckus's forearms are not supposed to be there.
You saw the Reddit post as well?
Yeah, apparently those stickers on the original figure are meant to go on the torso and not his arms, but on the TF Wiki, they're on his arms. So that's why they're on there on the new figure. It's actually not supposed to be like that.
So Hasbro's getting their information from the TF Wiki instead of going into their own archives.
Apparently,
it would appear so. Yes, because the wiki's probably easier to search up than their archive is.
Yep, probably.
And then, I mean, let's face it, the wiki's probably just better in general than their own archive.
Except in this case.
You know, I mean, I don't hate it. I think the designs look cool on the arms. I didn't even think about anything until somebody brought it up, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. And of course, this bludgeon is a repaint of Tarn because the original, the previous Legends bludgeon was also a repaint of Tarn. So there you go. All right, that's all our toy talk for this week. So let's move on to some trips to the store.
The Transmissions Podcast will return after these messages.
And Trips to the Store is powered by our friends at TeePublic. You can get all our merchandise at our TeePublic store, where you can get by going to transmissionspodcast.com/TeePublic. And you can use that link to get all our merchandise there. If you are not looking for Transmissions merchandise, you can still get stuff from TeePublic through that link and help us out. Still supports the show. And we've got cool shirts. Like I think we're both wearing our bad guy shirts here. Me and Daryl are. So we're bad guys tonight.
I'm wearing a Mothman shirt I got from TeePublic. Does that count?
Did you use our link?
I sure did.
All right, then it counts.
And I used that link recently to buy a new Transmission shirt because mine is sad and worn out. It should be here in time for TFCon.
Great. All right, again, yes, transmissionspodcast.com/TeePublic. Help us out there. All right, well, let's talk about the stuff we got this week. And I'm going to go first because I only have a little bit of stuff. I did get from Jeremy. He's not here with us right now, but he is here in spirit. And he ordered some stickers for me to take to TFCon. So here is Transmission's 10th anniversary sticker. And we've got good guy and bad guy stickers.
Very cool.
So we will have these to give out at TFCon Toronto this weekend. So if you see us, if you run into us, ask for a sticker. We'll give you one. Mm-hmm. And say hi.
Give in exchange for money or just give?
No, just give.
Okay.
They're just giveaways.
Okay, I'm learning. Give means no money.
This is the real give, the real use of the word give. We also so these stickers were we had these done through Sticker Mule, and they sent mule sauce hot sauce with this was for free with the sticker order.
Fantastic.
I don't know why Sticker Mule is making hot sauce, but here it is. I don't even really like hot sauce, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this.
The last bottle I got, I gave to my brother for in his Christmas stocking. So he likes it. Scott, if you like it, it's your.
Oh, I love hot sauce, and I am down to try any hot sauce that comes my way. So,
all right, I'm throwing it in the suitcase for TFCon.
Yes, hot sauce.
We also got some. So Daryl and I went to TFCon LA this year. We took some of our comics. We got them signed by EJ Sue, and we also got them CGC graded by EJ Sue. So not by EJ Sue, by CGC, but they were signed. So you can I think you can see EJ Sue's signature there. So now this is a 9.8 graded copy of our Transformers #1 with the signature. So we got one done for each of us. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and one more thing that luckily came this weekend, right before I came back on the show. I have, of course, we've been talking about the comic edition figures that Hasbro has announced. So they've announced 4 comic edition figures. I pre-ordered all 4 of them, not surprisingly. And finally one came in. So my Shockwave, comic edition Shockwave came in this weekend, just in time for TFCon. So Bob Budiansky is going to be at TFCon. He wrote Transformers #5. So maybe this is a signature opportunity for this figure. And you can see inside there is the figure. There is the, I don't know if you can see the little Optimus Prime head there.
Yeah. Is there a window there or no?
No, there is no window.
Okay.
I can touch Shockwave right there. So. Yeah. So there it is. Yeah. Now since I want to get this signed, I'm debating whether I should take this guy out and play with him. So
you take him out and you pose him just like he is on the cover in front of it with Bob Budiansky's signature.
It's a good idea. Yeah.
I would have Bob. I wouldn't open it, and I would have Bob Budiansky sign on the inside of the cover. That way, it would be protected. But that's just me.
All right. And here's the back. So just you can see the figure and the Optimus Prime head mounted on the little stand there. That's when Shockwave had captured Optimus Prime to get the creation matrix out of his head, back before the matrix was a physical object in the comics. So
and it showed off Shockwave's ever famous submarine mode.
That's right.
Yes, his submarine mode right there. Yep. In the comics they used to call a submarine a space gun, but
what crazy times those were.
Yeah. So, that's what I got this week. I'll probably have a few more things after TFCon next week, so we'll see. But, all right, over to you, Daryl.
Okay. I don't think I showed this because we didn't have a live show last week. This is Void Rivals number 10. So I have that. So that's the new comic I got. I do have a couple new figures. Well, they're new, but I don't know if I'm gonna like they're originals. But I think I have better versions. I picked them up just because I wanted to make sure I had a better version. This is an original G1 Bumblebee. It's not super impressive. It's still got some like sticker goo on it from a price tag, but it's pretty good. It's a little loosey-goosey, so I might tighten it up and try and make it a little better. But it is an original G1 Bumblebee, which puts it at about $30 to so dollars. So it's pretty good. Anyway, so I got that. But the one that I really wanted and why I bought it is because this is a hard one to find. This is a red Bumblebee.
Oh.
So, yeah. It's the only thing wrong with it is got a little bit of like a little wear mark on the chest there, but I can probably get that out with a dryer or something like that, like a hair dryer. So,
it's just like a plastic stress mark on there.
Yep, little stress mark. So, anyway, but that's why I picked up the set, because this one's actually in really good shape, and I wanted to kind of make sure that I got this, because this is harder to find, the red Bumblebees. So yeah, picked that up. But the other thing I got this week is just something that, like, I've got, I think 1 or 2 versions of this already, but I picked it up just because he looks so badass in robot mode. And I mean, Scott, you'll have to confer with me about it, but this is, what set is he from? This is, I think it's Cybertron. Yeah. So this is Cybertron Scorponok, but the dark Scorponok version.
Oh, yeah, it is. Ooh. I love those colors.
So he looks pretty cool in this color.
Mm-hmm.
So he's pretty cool. He's complete. Another reason why I picked him up, because he can be missing. This guy can miss these little like side guns here, and then he's got little missiles in his hands. He's got them all, and he looks really, really good. And he just has a presence with this robot mode.
I always like the Energon Scorponok mold to begin with, but the dark version being like the black Zarak kind of colors. It's so cool. Yeah,
it looks good. At the other version that I have, I think I have the original one, and then Charles picked me up the BotCon version, the Headmaster one. So I have that.
Oh,
so,
cool.
Yeah, that was from a number of years ago now. But he looks cool, and I like him. So I have a weird soft spot for a Scorponox. I don't have many, but the ones I have are pretty awesome. So yeah, so I have those. But that's it. That's what I got.
All right, and let's end it with Dr. Pants.
Okay, so the past couple of shows I've been on, I keep showing this stuff off, but I've been really just going through my collection doing this. So first thing I'm going to show off, I got more Toy Hack stickers, and I got some for Power of the Primes Rodimus, because I actually love this figure. I think he's so much fun, and the one thing he needed was just a little bit gussying up, and honestly, I think it looks really good with the Toy Hack stickers on there. Adds something to the colors and whatnot. And my big thing is it replaces those really bad flame labels that were on the original that were just peeling. And this looks a whole lot better. So thank you, Toy Hacks, for some amazing labels for that. The next thing I'm going to show off is an original creation, because I disassembled every one of the modulator figures I had, and I made a thing. So I finally made my own combiner. I don't know what this is. I don't know what I call him, but he's sturdy. He hangs together, and he is made up of the War for Cybertron trilogy modulators. And I'm impressed I got it to hold together, but fun little figure.
Looks like a kaiju.
Wow.
It does look like a kaiju, doesn't it? Especially because I used the fossilizer like combiner head, and I gave him the cannon out the back and everything. But yeah, like big claw hand over here, and yeah, I took a morning, just started messing with stuff, and I made that.
Cool.
Now for new figures, I got a 2-pack from Amazon. I got the Doom and Destruction 2-pack that is some deluxe Insecticons. So I got Barrage and Chop Shop, along with a sledgehammer weaponizer I don't really care about, but it's there. These are both really cool. I'm all in for the deluxe Insecticons. I have Ransack. I've got these two. So as soon as they release Venom, I'm all for it. This is actually the second set of these I had to get. I had to return my first one because Chop Shop, the minute I transformed him, I had to do a waist swivel. I spun the waist and he fell in half. The peg that connected the hips to the body sheared in half, and it's like, well, that's not how that's supposed to work at all. So, thankfully, Amazon. What'd you say?
Chop Shop's a Duocon, didn't you know?
Apparently. But these are just, of course, remolds of Bombshell and Shrapnel. But I really like Chop Shop. Honestly, he's always been a favorite of mine, and I really love this figure. So it's really cool. Barrage is cool too. He's just Bombshell, but I kind of like the way they did the chest, where like the chest just unfolds and covers his face to be a rhinoceros beetle. That's really fun. And the last thing I have to show off, this was a real surprise, something I've wanted for a long time, never thought I would actually get, but also the first figure from this company, I got Fans Toys Hoodlum. Somebody on Facebook Marketplace was selling a bunch of their collection, and I asked about it. The price was too high, and I talked him down, and I got this for a really, really decent price. And I wanted a Masterpiece Hot Rod for my collection, so I got that. He does come with his little Target Master buddy, who I think is Firebolt, Fire Drive? Firebolt, yeah. So I always love a Target Master too, but he's in really, really good shape. He was previously owned, but I think the only marking is there's a little bit of a paint chip on the car hood, but I had the Masterpiece Hot Rod. I didn't like the proportions. I didn't like the way he looked. I got rid of it once I got the Studio Series, but the proportions on this are a lot better. He looks really, really cool. The transformation is not as bad as I expect it to be, but fun figure. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So there we go. That's all I got for this week.
Good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, that's all for Trips to the Store. So let's move on with the rest of the show.
We now return to the Transmissions Podcast.
All right. And let's move on with some convention news.
All right. And if you're going to be at TFCon this weekend, there's a whole lot of announcements going on. So first up, Transformers artist Livio Remondelli is going to be there. Of course, Livio worked on Monstrosity, Punishment, Primacy, Redemption. He also worked on a bunch of other stuff in IDW2. I remember him doing the Destructicons miniseries. Fantastic artist. Make sure you check him out. Also, Jim Sorensen, author, will be there. Jim Sorensen worked on the ARC, the Allspark Almanac, and the Art of Transformers packaging. Some very cool stuff. A lot of people remember the Allspark Almanac in that, so make sure you check his stuff out. And then lastly, for a special guest announcement from us, Aaron Archer, a former toy designer on the Transformers franchise, worked around like the late 90s, early 2000s for about 13 years, about to the end of the first 3 live action movies, but did a lot of really, really impressive toy designs and whatnot. So again, check it out if you're there. Now, in terms of merchandise, we have some pins. There are 2 collectible pins we have pictures for. One of them, I think that's supposed to be Windcharger. Kind of reminds me of Windcharger.
Yep.
With TFCon across the side and a Starscream in jet mode pin. So some very cool collectible pins. If you are a pin collector like myself, you may want to check those out.
And we're just getting word the Starscream pin is sold out.
Aww.
DJ Ronan bought them all.
Oh, well, then I don't feel as bad because I know I would have felt bad if he didn't get one. He deserves one, doesn't he?
He's just going to put them all on himself at once and die happy.
We have an announcement for an exclusive at TFCon Toronto 2024. This is Fans Hobby MB15D Fans Hobby Clutch, who is a repaint of the Armada Prime they did with a new trailer attachment. This is supposed to be Generation 2 Clench. Is that the name? Clench?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But new head, new color scheme, beautiful Gen 2 color scheme. Like, look at all those pinks and neon greens and the fake gold plasticky. This is amazing. But he comes with a small little box that goes over the back of the truck mode to emulate his trailer. Transforms into a battle station. And my favorite thing about Fans Hobby is the fact that their stuff is still spring-loaded. And you can actually create the battle station with spring-loaded missiles. This looks fantastic. And
this thing looks really, really good. This thing looks really, really good.
I have the Armada Prime, and like the base Prime, not the super mode one, is a great figure. The transformation is awesome. He is superposable, and he works really well as Clench. So I don't know if I want to spend the money and double dip on Armada Primes, but that looks really good. It will be
220, yeah,
Canadian. 220 Canadian, and only 700 pieces worldwide. So keep that in mind.
Your cat likes it. Your cat's cat's all in for that.
I wasn't sure if anybody heard that or not. No, no, you can't tell me to buy the Transformer. Get out of here. And then, of course, we have another exclusive, and this one's surprising no one. It's a Make Toys Seeker, part of their Colorverse. This is Moody Blue, which is a nice kind of sky blue Seeker. This will also be 220 Canadian at the TF Source booth. I mean, the Seeker mold they did is really, really, really cool. So, I mean, if you're all in for all of the Seekers, there's another one.
I don't understand the Seeker. This is a very cool design, and the mold is great. But last year they made a big stink about this. The Colorverse is coming. Like, we're doing the Colorverse, and we're like, okay, is it something else other than jets?
No, it's well, that's all it is.
Just wait and see. No, it's just fucking
jets. It's just jets. That's all it is. It's just repaints of Starscream. It's just more Seekers.
I get it. We get it. You can make a jet. Can we move on from jets? I think Make Toys at this point is just a shell of a company that just puts different color plastic into the same mold and just presses, print.
They still have pre-orders open for their highbrow. Make the highbrow.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm also sure, aside from the Colorverse, that there's some color of a Seeker they haven't done yet. I'm sure there's some version of Starscream, Thundercracker, or Skywarp they haven't done yet, or one of the Coneheads. But what do I know?
I can't imagine there is. They've done them all. They've been doing these things for at least a decade at this point.
Yeah, I know. Moving on to some San Diego Comic-Con information.
Oh yeah, that's happening.
It is happening. Some may claim it's bigger than TFCon. To them, I say nay. But this is somewhat Transformers related. We're getting a Marvel Legends figure of Death's Head, which is kind of cool because Death's Head, of course, I don't know if he was prominent, but he was in the old Marvel G1 comics.
Well, he was created by Simon Furman for the G1 UK comics. They had Marvel likes to, when you create an original character in Marvel, you put him in a Marvel comic that they own first before he appears in the comic that he's actually going to be in. So then Marvel owns the rights to that character. They did that with Circuit Breaker too in the US Marvel comic too. So Marvel owns the rights to Death's Head as a character created by Simon Furman, but he was originally a Transformers antagonist and it was featured prominently in the UK Transformers comics before he was shunted off to the Marvel 616 universe.
Okay. He did have a recent comic series, didn't he? Just Death's Head as a comic?
Yes, he did. Okay. That was drawn by Zama, I believe. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
There was a couple Death's Head little mini series over the years.
Yeah, okay.
Plus a Death's Head 2 one as well.
Oh, I do remember that. I do remember Death's Head 2. I remember hearing about that. Still very, very cool. You could, you know what? You get it and put it with your comic collection of Transformers that are coming out. It'll fit right in, won't it? Charles, I'm assuming you're going to get one, aren't you?
We'll see. I don't go to SDCC. It's hard to get your hands on those SDCC exclusives.
I'm sure it'll pop up somewhere. Normally, Can't imagine they just keep it as an exclusive.
It'll be on eBay. You can get it at eBay prices.
Yeah, for twice or three times what its sticker price is.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have also at SDCC some Transformers Mini-Mates in a VHS set. And it's going to be Shockwave and the Seekers. But not just any Seekers, it's the Rainmakers. Because Hasbro's going to make the Rainmakers a thing. They're going to make you buy them one way or another. But
well, the VHS tape is for the episode Divide and Conquer, which featured the Rainmakers. So
right, it's true. I just feel like they're really trying hard to make those box sets with the Rainmakers. I'm still surprised Mini-Mates is a thing. They still make these, by the way. But for those who don't know, these are cool little, almost like Lego minifigure kind of things, but a little bit more posable. But you get them. They're in a box that looks like a VHS tape, and it comes in a slip case that, of course, looks like a VHS slip cover. People remember VHSs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay, good.
We do.
I know we do, but...
Yeah, my kids don't.
You didn't introduce them to VHSs?
No, they watched VHSs when they were little, but do they remember them? Do they remember DVDs? I mean, everything's streaming now.
Petridge Farms remembers.
You're old just like me, Dr. Pants. Sorry to break it to you.
No, I know I'm old. Lastly, then, we have this is a Transformers thing, straight up Transformers action figures. We have the Transformers Fractured Friendship 2-pack. It's Optimus Prime and Megatron. Well, Orion Pax and Megatron, I guess. But this is
D127 or D16? Yeah.
D16, sorry. But this is the Gladiator version of Megatron. He comes with an Energon-style sword and a hammer, and he's got the Gladiator markings and the helmet. Looks like he's got the pickaxe and everything. He'll turn into the drill tank. This is kind of based on the minor one they did that came with Ratbat. I think.
Senator Ratbat. Yep.
Yeah. And then we have this is the kind of Orion Pax looking Optimus Prime from the IDW when he was a cop. This is actually based off the Gamer Edition Optimus Prime, the War for Cybertron version. These look really, really cool. It's another Optimus Prime and Megatron. And do I need it? Yes, I do. I want that Optimus Prime. It looks really, really cool. My only complaint is, why did they give it the Gamer Edition gun? He holds it so weird. Because it's for the Gamer Edition, his arm is meant to pop off and become the arm. But here he's just holding it and it doesn't look right. They should have just given him the regular ion blaster, but I'm sorry. I'm complaining about everything I'm talking about tonight. My bad.
I mean, the mold comes with what's it's I think it's probably harder to change.
It can't be that hard to swap out a gun. They all have the same peg size, don't they? Can't every figure hold every weapon? Isn't that what we do?
I don't know.
We've reused Earthrise Prime's trailer how many times? Reused the frickin' blaster, too. Anyway.
Settle down there, Dr. Pan. Settle down. It's okay.
I'm all hyped up on anger. I don't know why. And this will retail for $75, by the way. So there you go. I think I'm done now.
Find your center.
I'm in my happy place. I don't know what's wrong. I'm surrounded by robots.
All right, well, that's all our convention news. Let's finish up the show with some feedback. Okay, so we've got some feedback. This is from, I believe, 2 episodes ago. So this is from episode 596. And this is was left on YouTube. And this is from J. Reed, Maine 8629. Longtime listener, I think I emailed you guys maybe 5 years ago. Anyway, I hate that they're ending Core Class. Overall, they've been fantastic little figures at, for me, an impulse buy price level. Personally, I'm not crazy about the Studio Series Core Class, which in the US at Target is $10 regularly and frequently on sale. Legacy Core Class is $13. I do very much like the Legacy Core Class figures. The only figures that have disappointed me are the Dinobots, which because of the combiner gimmick are very limited in transformation and articulation. I know you guys have discussed these issues, but I recall Charles being a lot more kindly disposed toward them than I am. Swoop is the only Core Class Dinobot that feels like an average Core Class figure. The Leader Class Dinos are too scarce and too expensive in general for me. I like the Pretender Core Class well enough for what they are, but I would rather have actual Pretender figures. I think most of the other combiner teams might have made for better engineered Core Class representations. I can confirm some of the things that Mike said. I'm in a major city with multiple stores, and were numerous figures that peg warmed while others were very scarce. I guess that distribution in general for the Transformers line is hot garbage. There have been many figures over the last couple of years that you guys talk about having to chase down that are shelf warmers here, especially store exclusives. I bought my Origins Bumblebee from a stack of them on clearance at Target for 70% off, for example, but have never seen 2 of the limbs for Menasor. We had one of the 4 Target stores nearby get a spot on the shelf labeled for Motormaster, but I never saw one in stock. Anyway, love the show. Time to open my newly received Legacy G2 Grimlock. LOL, not crazy about the colors, but finally got that mold. And on clearance.
Where the crap did you get a G2 Grimlock on clearance? I've been looking for that figure forever.
They do not mention their location in the U.S., so it'll remain a mystery, I guess, unless they write back in.
Now I'm mad. Oh, wait, I was mad.
Distribution is funny. I see it when I travel, but he's right though that you can be in one city and see all kinds of different things on the shelf, and then go to the other city and there's like the same. There's none of that stuff there, and you got a whole bunch of other stuff that's on the wall. The Core Class Dinobots never showed up here. Like I never saw them. Maybe I saw 1 or 2 in a Walmart or something like that. They were the scarcest thing ever. It made it really easy to just say, look, I'm not going to get these things. They're impossible to find. And I got to get 6 of them? No. All right. I'm done with that. But the other one is the Studio Series Rumble and Frenzy, right? Charles is the only one who's found one for me. Like they are not here. It's like the figure does not exist, and it's just they're crazy. It's so hard to find some of this stuff, right? But then Charles, you said you found these things. There's just a whole bunch of them on the one shelf the one time. So I'm like, yeah, okay, great, I'll take one, but it's. Why? And then obviously we go back all the way back to when Cosmos was a thing, and then people in like Ireland were saying, we've got these things on an end cap, we've got hundreds of them, right? And that was a big thing for a couple weeks there, where people in Ireland were getting all the Cosmos and having them ship over, at huge profits, mind you, because people over here couldn't find the damn thing. So yeah, distribution channels are a crazy thing, and you'll give yourself a migraine by trying to figure out how and where and when things are going to show up. But yeah, it's wild. It's absolutely wild. So yeah,
it's getting to the point where I'm ordering most stuff online anymore because I can't find it in stores. If I want a figure, I have to order it. And there's only a small window to order it too, because like they go out of stock, and then what then?
I don't have the time to hunt anymore. I used to hunt quite a bit when I had a different job, but I don't have the time to do that anymore. So I just place pre-orders, and when it comes in, then I go get it. And the window for pre-ordering some of this stuff is second.
Tiny. Yeah.
And that's how I missed on the Studio Series Swoop, right? I'm still in need of finding a way to secure that. It helps that I'm going to an enormous Transformers convention this weekend, so there's a good chance that they'll be there. But I have a feeling that I'm not the only one searching for this week. So.
I got in on Swoop early. I decided to get the Studio Series Springer, which I wasn't going to do it. But by the time I decided to, I couldn't find a pre-order for it anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They were all sold out. Thankfully, GameStop had it up for pre-order, so I snagged one there. But like, I love the thrill of the hunt. I love going out to a store and being like, "Oh, look what's here!" But anymore, it's so hard to do. And for me, it's not that I don't have time, but a lot of places I used to hunt have either closed down or just don't carry that kind of stuff anymore. Mm-hmm. And there's nowhere for me to hunt. There's a couple of Walmarts and a couple of Targets, and that's it.
Yeah. I was in my local GameStop on the weekend, and I was looking for Swoop because I know that he's started showing up. And I thought, what are the chances he might be actually on the shelf? Well, he's not. And when I inquired, just about, the likelihood of one of these things coming in, they said, we're probably not going to get one because the only Transformer figures we get that get onto the shelf are the ones that were pre-ordered that never got picked up. So we actually don't stock Transformers unless they get pre-ordered and people forget about them or they decide they don't want them. And I said, well, that's no good. Like, so yeah. So you look on the shelf and it's all just junk. Like it's, it's crap figures that are like old or nobody wants because they're, found cheaper somewhere else, I guess. But yeah, like and this is an enormous GameStop. Like it's one of the biggest in the city. So they used to be my go-to for pre-orders and if I can't find it, anywhere else, the GameStop's probably going to have it because they had a decent selection. So there's something's going on in the market where, retail it's not, doesn't pay enough to hold stock anymore. If you're not getting the pre-orders, then you just can't hold it. Right.
Yeah. And just, I agree with what he said about the core class Dinobots. They're not great. I just, got to the mode where I wanted to collect them all. I got to catch them all. And I did. I made Volcanicus and, that was it. It was fine. But the individual figures are not great. So, but yeah, core class going away is kind of a sad day. But
it'll be
all
back in some form.
Yeah. One more piece of feedback from DJ Ronan, and this is referring to the B Plus Team show from last week. So this was the HasLab retrospective from the B Plus Team. So, Dr. Pants, I think this is meant for you because we were not on that show, and hopefully you remember this from recording 3 months ago.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
But DJ Ronan says, "Hey, B Plus Team, coming in with a correction. The HasLab Rancor was 6-inch Black Series release, not a 3 3/4 vintage collection. But there are other factors that played into failure of that HasLab that would fill a podcast on its own. As well, the Ghost Rider HasLab could fill a podcast on its own as well. When it first popped up, it was just the car for $350. The Robbie Reyes figure was at first tier 1 before being added to the car. Also, they were selling the car as a toy photographer's dream, but you can get cars with less detail that isn't needed for photography for less than $100. But yes, please pour one out for Cookie Monster." So I guess these are all the failed HasLab projects.
Yeah, we tried to come up with speculation as to why some things failed and some things succeeded and whatnot. I don't remember what we said about the Rancor at this point, but I know I went off on the Ghost Rider one because to me that was absolutely ridiculous for $350 for the car and a Robbie Reyes figure. So I remember that, and I couldn't understand that. And yeah, I could go on a full podcast rant about that and how awful that was. And I don't know what they were thinking. But yeah, and toy photographers' dream. Toy photographers are innovative. They will come up with what they need to get the picture they need. So just make the Robbie Reyes figure at this point, and they can get a car that looks like that. But anyway. He doesn't say he enjoyed the episode. I hope he enjoyed it. All he did was correct us, but I hope he enjoyed the episode otherwise. But thank you for the corrections, because sometimes we need that.
DJ Ronan? Yeah? Yeah?
That's okay.
He's not saying anything.
I know.
All right. Well, with that, I think we'll end the show here. Thanks everyone for watching and listening to this episode of Transmissions. As always, at the end of every episode, we give a shout out to our masterpiece donatrons. Oh, and DJ Ronan did reply. He did listen and he did enjoy. So
good. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
But yes, we do give a shout out to our masterpiece donatrons. These are the folks who continue to support the podcast at our highest level on Patreon. And that's why they deserve a mention in every episode. So thank you once again to John 467good, Demon Tech 82, and Steve C. You guys really make the show possible. And Dr. Pants, you also make the show possible by being here. So thanks for joining us this week. And for joining us at TFCon next week.
Yay!
So why don't you tell everyone where they can find Adamas online?
Online, you can find us at our link tree, which is Adamas. Our main outlet is, of course, YouTube, but we are on all the social medias, so you can find all those there. We're even on Spotify because we got music. Did you know that? You should listen to our music. But in person, you can find Adamas at TFCon Toronto, because I will be there, and I'll be taking pictures and filming and stuff for a video to go up then. But please check out our stuff.
All right, awesome. And thanks, everyone, again for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.